Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have some wild topics to cover, as many hip-hop media personalities have been catching hands over the last few hours on social media. And I'm talking about the likes of Budden, who caught a stray, and we also got Ebro catching it, all while he gets blamed for the decline in hip-hop music in the mainstream. And perhaps we found out why Rory was doing a little too much when JID and Eminem collaborated on Animals Part 1, back when we found out that it wasn't included in the standard version of the album.
So the Eminem song's not making an album?
No, which I was like happy about.
I know why you're happy about it, but I'm not talking to your preference and what you want to hear at this stage of your life. I'm not talking to that.
But my preference
I'm talking
is to keep it off the album.
Okay,
that's my preference.
I got that.
Now, this was perhaps atonement for some of the things he's done in the past, and bear with me, it will all make sense when you see some of what's been uncovered on social media linked to Rory. And he's been getting dragged along with one of their co-hosts, all because they made a quote mistake of repeating a certain narrative about Kendrick Lamar. And it has been rough for these hip-hop media personalities over the last few hours, and some got cooked to the point that they had to deactivate their social media. More on this in a moment. And today we got more linked to Eminem's influence on rappers like Kendrick Lamar, Tyler, and Earl the Hooded Sweater.
Come on, man.
After a clip resurfaced that sparked some interesting conversations. And we'll get to this later, including another huge milestone for M, coming in just days after he set some records in the hip-hop genre. And today we'll be starting with the latest report that came out of left field. Eminem to produce NFL Thanksgiving halftime show for Lions game. And the report adds, "It is an honor for us to team up with the Lions and be a part of the greatest tradition in Detroit sports," Rosenberg said in a statement Thursday. "We look forward to putting together unforgettable shows featuring world-class artists for the fans at Ford Field and the tens of millions watching around the country." And just to be clear, the production of the halftime show doesn't necessarily mean that Eminem plans to perform. And moving on, Rory landed in hot water just hours ago, and as far as I know, this clip set things in motion.
The official nominees for Best Rap Album at the 2026 Grammys are Let God Sort 'Em Out by The Clips, Glorious by Glorilla, God Does Like Ugly by JID, GNX by Kendrick Lamar, Chromacopia by Tyler the Creator. GNX is going to sweep, and it's going to piss me off because The Clips deserves to win, and that's not Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone gonna hand him a Grammy right now.
Jamal.
Where's your...
Jamal.
I'm just saying, the boy is prophetic. That's all I'm saying.
He's a Grammy darling. That goes without saying. Do we think Alfredo 2 should have been in here?
Absolutely.
But what do we take out?
GNX.
You can't take out one of the highest selling albums.
All right, so
in
fuck it. Let me
Grammy
be
cycle.
misogynistic. Glorilla.
Okay, I would agree with you. The only reason
I was trying to keep a female representation there.
Yeah.
And we got two quote casualties from this. The co-host who spoke on how she'd prefer if the Clips won over GNX got called out on social media for having a history on Kendrick Lamar more than she's rooting for the Clips to win, and things went left. Now, we all have biases to an extent, but some people struggle to admit bias, and she made the mistake of challenging users on X, and it didn't end well. As when she was called out for saying that she hates Kendrick's voice in the past, she reacted with, "Show me where I said verbatim I hate his voice. Not a fan is what I remember saying. I listen to Kendrick's music. I do not hate Kendrick. I said multiple times I respect him and that he deserves what he gets. I've been very impartial. This narrative starting to irritate me. Y'all aren't victims." And boy, the internet didn't hold back. And like T.I. and Eminem, that was all she wrote. Receipts got pulled.
We're not Kendrick Lamar fans. I've said on every platform possible, I hate the way Kendrick Lamar raps. I hate the sound of his voice.
Same. I hate his voice.
I hate his voice, and I will not listen to him again simply because I hate the sound of his voice.
Show me where I said verbatim I hate his voice. And shortly after, she pulled her account on X. It has been deactivated since, and Kendrick fans also set their sights on Rory for these comments.
he's a Grammy darling. That goes without saying.
Now, if you recall, earlier I said that perhaps we found out why Rory did a little too much unprovoked against that Eminem feature on Animals Part 1, and well, perhaps he's course corrected due to his past, moving from being quote anti-black to more, quote, anti-white. And we found out about this all thanks to Kendrick Lamar fans who started to dig, like this retweet from Rory in 2014 that goes, "I've never saw a good-looking black woman." And this repost blew up. Rory been a racist the whole time. And they kept digging. "Your woman fixing her makeup in my rims, N-word." And this response blew up. "N-word? Which N-word? Rory?" And now he's also got the barbs on his neck with this one from 2011. "How many poor little Indian children are bald because of Nicki Minaj's career?" Oh, and they kept going. "I enjoy ratchet music just as much as the next guy, but to be raised on this ish, nah." And this response blew up. "You're in hip-hop spaces, but you are diminishing black art. Interesting." And like that leaked Eminem verse, things got worse. A retweet from Rory in 2011. "How you slim, tender, yellow bone, which means a light-skinned black person, but your mom's a plus-size tar baby, a derogatory term for a black person." And it continues, "Nah, B, something don't add up. I want no parts." And this got rap fans shook and sparked reactions like, "You are a whole bigot," clown emoji, and more. Every tweet is worse than the one before. Oh, and we got more. "I don't appreciate any woman with poetic justice braids telling me what I can and cannot do." And even Beyonce wasn't safe from Rory back then. Beyonce is such a hood rat name, and this got users going off in 2025. Boy was a raging racist. Oh, and that wasn't a one-off from Rory when it comes to Beyonce, and even TMZ joined in on the action with a report, and Rory joined Twitter Spaces hours ago to do some damage control, and it went as you'd expect. Check out some snippets.
I think we saying the same fucking thing.
Your black line brothers will violate your ass if they saw some of this shit, bro. So you need to clear the shit up, apologize for the shit, and move on. But to double down on it, bro, somebody clipping this shit up, and they gonna send it to the coppers, and they gonna get on your ass, bro. Like you gotta own up to shit and be a fucking man, bro. Stand on your shit.
No,
Simple.
the reason is me being a man is why I'm in this fucking space when everybody's telling me not to
tell
be.
your ass, bro. You a grown ass man, bro. Stop trying to insult motherfuckers' intelligence, bro.
I'm not insulting anyone's intelligence.
Simple.
I'm in this
I
space
just said
because
how you trying to do it, bro. You sitting up here talking about, oh, them fake tweets. It's not. It came from your fucking page, bro. You retweeted the shit. We know how retweets work. We probably about the same age, so I know how retweets work.
I've said before, if I offended anybody, I apologize. But
All
I'm not
right,
going to apologize.
that's what we'll
It's your undertone. It's your undertone. After that.
Wait. After that, we don't need to hear shit else. That's it. I apologize. That's it. None of the double downing on shit. None of the smug comments. None of the.
What were the smug comments?
None of that
Tell me the
shit,
smug
bro.
comments.
Just say that and then move on. Get off the space like Damaris told your ass, bro.
Okay, what were the smug comments?
That's it, bro. I'm not about to go back over it, bro. You know what it is. You're not finna play with an intelligent black man right now, bro. I'm not finna do it with you, bro.
Insulting
You
anybody's
said, bro,
intelligence.
you know what you said. I'm not finna rewind for you.
What did I say?
I ain't repeating shit for you, Rory.
Rory, I think
Move
he's addressing the sarcasm that I told you earlier. Probably wasn't.
I'm not repeating shit, Rory. Move on. Apologize for the shit and then get off the space like Damaris told your ass, bro.
Okay. Now what?
That's it. What you mean, now what? It's shit, that's the internet. What you talking about? Now what? That's the shit, that's the...
And it is crazy how all of this happened because of the statement they made about Kendrick Lamar. And this sums it up nicely. Bro, they picked Rory out, took him to Twitter court, and packed his bags. I've never seen nothing like this before. This was literally overnight. And now even Joe Budden isn't safe. Since we packing Rory and Mal up, Joe Budden beat women. And it was only a matter of time before Eminem's lyrics on Fall showed up on there. And speaking on hip-hop media personalities catching hands, we also got Ebro on the fire after Wale confronted him about his past comments on Lil Uzi Vert.
Oh, you said Uzi wasn't gonna be something?
Nah, Uzi didn't want to rhyme over a certain beat, and he was like, "I'm gonna be a rock star." And I said,
"This ain't nothing like that." He ain't gonna be like he ain't gonna blow up or something like that.
No,
I
you
didn't say
said
that.
rock star.
Oh.
He said he was gonna be a rock star, and I said, "We gonna decide that."
He is.
I mean, he still ain't sold out no stadium.
I mean, rock stars don't need to sell out a stadium.
They do.
What about
you ain't a star?
Oh, rock star is a rock star.
Says who?
The culture.
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Don't he got like two diamond singles?
Okay, 2 singles. What them albums?
I'm just saying
these
two
albums.
diamond singles, bro. That's
Y'all be lowering the bar. Y'all be lowering the bar.
And then also is his influence too. That makes you a rock star, and his influence is undeniable.
So he's a rock star.
Yeah,
so listen, with that measurement, don't be mad when we lower the bar and people don't give shit its proper due. Because we lowering bars out here.
We ain't talking about the best lyricist. We ain't talking about that. He's in his genre. He's a rock star.
What genre is that?
It's like a subgenre of hip hop, but it's still evolving. It's not, you know what I'm saying? But you know the genre. Whatever it say, right under the little circle in Apple, similar shit.
No, it says hip hop rap. It says hip hop rap.
But all the people that they say compare whatever the thing is, that's the genre.
So he's a rock.
Big dog
sound. So listen, I stand corrected. Clip this for the internet. Uzi Vert is a rock star.
You don't mean it.
There it goes. Never fails.
You don't mean it.
Never fails.
Why? Listen, I'm an old head. Rock stars are like Jimi Hendrix and Bon Jovi and shit. You know what I'm saying? They got hits consistently.
Man,
they selling tickets.
If those guys had to come out in this era when there's 1 million songs a day.
Oh, woe is me. There's too many artists. There's too many streams. It's too hard.
We would have never heard Eleanor Rigby if like there was a gazillion. Man,
that's me. If you put certain shit next to your name and you want that moniker, in my opinion, if you want to be a pop star, rock star, everybody want to put their chests out. When motherfuckers critique you for falling short, don't tighten up.
Are you recanting your initial statement that we just used for the clip? It seems like you're taking it back.
Feels like a full recant.
Now, it seems like you take it back. And
this is the real
hit. Correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what...
Vert is a rock star.
And to be fair, if we are talking just numbers, Lil Uzi Vert doesn't exactly lower the bar as Ebro claims, and for his generation, he actually raises it, since Uzi has RIAA certified album units of 12 million in the United States. And to give you some perspective on what this means, this is pretty much equal to rappers like Will Smith, NBA Youngboy, and even more than rappers like T.I., Lauryn Hill, Nicki Minaj, XXXTentacion, and more. And Ebro has been getting dragged since that clip hit social media. It is dudes like Ebro, Elliot, and so on, and their archaic ways of thinking that are crippling the genre. And Ebro's status was upgraded. Ebro is a supreme sucker. It is disgusting to watch how proudly he just hates on artists and tries to diminish their accomplishments to prove some imaginary point. And some users are in shock by some of the comments he made. Diamond Record is considered lowering the bar by Ebro. Can't make this up. And some have summed it up as, this clip is a perfect example of the problem with hip-hop media. It is all old haters who can't accept they are super out of touch. And the truth is, if Ebro liked Uzi, a gold record would be enough for Ebro to sing praises about how he's so successful, but he's not a big fan, and so multiple diamond records and platinum albums equals lowering the bar. And moving on, this clip is making the rounds on social media at the moment. Kendrick Lamar and Odd Future at an Eminem concert.
How many of y'all got the Bossa Nova song?
I just want to see Eminem drive away. I never get to do this stuff, so I'm a fan out. I'll see you later. Oh my God. There he goes. No, don't look at that. That's a distraction.
And while this sparks reactions like, always upsets me seeing how ignorant people online are, like the best and most respected rappers are fans of Eminem, doesn't mean they have to like his music, but they should stop acting like he's terrible. And while this is true, this is also ironic because some of the people who led the charge for the disrespect we see today are right there in the same video. And this user put it nicely on X, referring to Tyler and Earl. Then they randomly started dissing Eminem, loudly crying emojis. And before you jump into cape for them, I mean, Tyler chose to work for free, like unprovoked, with no one asking. He became a part-time Eminem music reviewer, focusing on the negatives throwing tantrums online because he didn't get relapsed too, so he had to poison the well for everyone else. And this started years before Revival, contrary to takes online. And Earl straight up dissed Eminem's fanbase because he no longer, quote, followed Eminem's music. And so you had to be out of touch if you still listened to Eminem in 2015, according to Earl. And mind you, this was just a year after Eminem took them on tour. Talk about top-tier exotic snakes, prime examples of why Eminem chooses to keep to himself and why those, quote, dream collaborations would never happen moving forward. And moving on, we got more links to Eminem just hours ago as the Eminem Show hit 9 billion streams on Spotify, making it the 9th hip-hop album to hit this milestone, an album that predates music streaming as a whole. And that will be all for today, and I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.